Hello, dear friends. Welcome to my studio in Montreal. Welcome to Monday. So for now, I am in my home place in my studio in Montreal. So that's why I have a chance to talk with you. As usual, anytime you can ask me any question, just tape it. I have a technical support, you see, so we can communicate. And any questions at your service. And today we're gonna paint the portrait. I will show you our reference. So yeah, that's the beautiful young lady. What is interesting here, two things. First of all, it's a double light. We have a cold light from one side and very soft light from the second side. So double colors, it's always interesting and a good challenge, and plus because of that double light we have a nice 3D shape. It's visible because of the shadow here. So that's what we're focusing on, and plus we have not just a double light, light in the two different colors. We have a cold light from one side, it's just like a sky, and the soft light, the orange yellowish, from the second side. So it will be an interesting challenge to use the two different colors for that. And because I have a lot of questions about that, I want to tell you a few interesting things about portraits workshops what I hold around the world. One of them will be in this August, in the end of the August, in the United States, on the Madeleine Art School. And first of all, you should know two things. It's about 5 days. We paint the portraits every day, different things, and ballerinas, and it should be very interesting and everyday kind of challenge. Two things you should know about the workshop. First of all, it's a beautiful place. So we live in it's a real island. So we live in on the island, and we have a beautiful, nice studio, very comfortable, huge. So we spent 5 days every day together there, and I know people are afraid to paint the ballerinas, the portraits. It's like a stressful things, right? So you need a good skill for sketching or something like that. No, you don't have to. So sometimes, yeah, we sketching people for sure, but that workshop kind of different. It's more about the watercolor. It's not about how to sketch the human body, how to sketch by pencil the faces. We're focusing on the watercolor techniques, on the watercolor tricks. That's why all the time before we run the project, I prepare my sketch in advance, and I ask people just to trace it. So we don't spend the time for sketching faces. We spend the time to working with watercolor, to discover the color mixes, to discover the tricks, how to explain the 3D shapes, how to make emotions and characters. So you focusing on that. So it's truly watercolor workshop. For sure, if someone want to make the sketch themselves, no problem. We are free people. But from my point of view, and after all my experience, it's more comfortable if everybody have the same sketch from the same point of view, same position, same reference, and we're focusing exactly on the watercolor techniques, color mixing and tricks. So that's why it should be easy, okay? And you already saw my reference, so we know what to do. As usual, I prepared my paper in advance. So this is on my table, I will show you. So that's the sketch, and this is the Baohong paper. So what I did, I prepared my paper, I wet the backside about the 15 minutes before our broadcasting. So my paper full of water inside, and it's dry outside. So we have a sketch and I tape it, and because the paper full of water, I have more time to play with my colors, with the mixing. And another one small trick, you see here is a pretty strong lines by pencil. I don't need it honestly for my watercolor, so that's what I'm doing. I just use my eraser like that. That's the soft eraser to take off the extra graphite like that. So now it's ready. I will show you the reference. It will be here. You see that on my table. So idea is it's kind of complicated project. So we divide it for the few simple steps. First, we create the light everywhere, double light. Cold light from one side, warm light from the second side. After that, we're starting to build the shadows, and finally the details. So that's simple steps, but that steps helps us to organize that complicated job. Okay, and again, any questions, just ask me. Okay, so we starting from the cold light. I starting to use a Cobalt. Hello Connecticut, welcome to join. And you know, it's interesting game here because that side, you see, it's a yellowish color. That's the bluish. If I'm start to mix it right now like that, I will got the green. I don't need the green. So that's why I switch to the Pyrrol violet. That will be my connection between the cold colors and the warm colors. Hello Florida, good morning. Good evening Vietnam. Thank you for coming. So from this point here I can use the yellowish colors for my light. It's like you see the three colors together. It's nice stuff for the light. For the whole project I use the very limited numbers of colors, so I'm gonna use the Pyrrol violet, you see that, Quinacridone deep gold, Quinacridone Sienna, and the Cobalt. Later we add the Indigo for the darker parts, so that's honestly all what we need for whole the project. Hello Austria. And surprise, you see I'm going out of the shape here. Later you will know why. And that's the reason why I don't wet the paper on front, because I want to use the dry brush strokes like that. Yeah, I got your question. The yellow color, what I use here is a Quinacridone deep gold. It's right here, you see on my palette. So the colors what I'm using, that's the Cobalt, Quinacridone Sienna, Quinacridone deep gold, Pyrrol violet. Later we add the Indigo. So that's the colors. Hello, California. You know, it's a very rich combination if we add the Pyrrol violet inside our yellow mixes. It's a very rich combination. Nice color. And as usual, I'm washing out to bring some lights. So that's another one technique. So we not just apply the pigments, we take it off somewhere. And we can add the highlights. So we have almost 60 people watching the broadcasting. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. If you don't mind, please give us a like, because that helps other people to find that video. You know, after we finish it, all the time I have a lot of messages. Oh, we miss it. Sorry, we don't see the advertising. We miss it. So your likes helps people to see the live video. So it's a little bit like a sculpture job. And a little bit more pinkish color here. Bonjour Gatineau. Bienvenue. And the first time I'm starting to add a little bit indigo inside my mixes for the hair, for the darkness. Hello, Germany. And lift. It's a nice trick for the light with the lifting colors. And as I say, the shadows we will make later, but for now I'm starting to prepare my shadows softly, just a little bit touching. Okay, and be delicate. And for all the people who are now on the Instagram, you can go to the YouTube, because it's a live streaming right now. You can join me. You have a chance. And I switch to the little bit more pointy brush to make some nice strokes. Later we care about their details better, so for now I just prepared that. Hello friends! So we organize the big lights honestly, we can stop on that. The next trick, I make it dry. Honestly, I don't like the hair dryer, you know that, but just it saves our time. In other case, we have to wait, and it's not very interesting thing. So I make it dry, and after that, back to the project to make the shadows. Hello UK. So idea is now I'm starting to make the shadow here, and for this I use the two tools in the same moment. One brush I use to put the pigments there, the second one I blend it to my background just by water. So two guys working together. Hello Canada. So you see we make the pretty dark touching here, and after that just a pure water to blend it. So I'm trying to pretend what that was made by the first layer. At the same moment, somewhere, if I want, I can use the dry brush strokes. Very soft connection. So be delicate. And for all the people for now on the Facebook, you can go to the YouTube channel. It's a live streaming right now. Join me. Few more strokes here. Okay, I got the question about the paper, what I'm using. This is the Baohong Masters Choice 300 grams rough paper. It was a sheet, so I cut the sheet to the 15 by 15 inches, and I wet the back side. So my paper absolutely wet inside, full of water, and dry outside. That's why I can use the dry brush strokes. So that's how it was prepared. That's my dark accents here. You know, that's important point. Because of that dark stroke, I understood how dark should be the other parts, so that helped me to keep the balance. So now we going down to create our biggest shadow, and we can make it pretty cold. Hello Argentina. Hello Ottawa. Yeah, we have people around the world. Thank you for spending time with me this Monday. We back to the eyes definitely later. So for now I can just leave it unfinished. Because for now we're focusing on our shadows. As usual, by flat brush I'm gonna mix it, blend it just by water. And you know, it's interesting game. You see, I'm always slightly change my colors. Let's make it look interesting. Soft blending. It's a pretty delicate job, right? You know, because my paper was prepared, I mean full of water inside, I have that time to blend it, change my colors if I don't like something. So it's a pretty comfortable process. Hello, Italy. Potsdam. Hello. Thank you for coming. Yeah, I got the question. Yes, exactly. That's, you know, this is my favorite brush. 5 and 3 lines. Mostly I use the 5. So that brush made special for that. You know, the dry brush strokes and the soft blending and the washing out very easy to make. That's why I'm using this brush all the time. It's just very comfortable. Thank you for the for the feedback about the brushes. I appreciate it. Yeah, I love that brushes as well. And you know, honestly, I have no idea how I can paint without that brushes for now. That brushes really change all my style and feeling about the watercolor. And I got the question about the paper. So it's a very soft angle. It's like about maybe 4 or 5 degrees, almost flat, but that's the soft angle is enough to use the gravity. I understood at what direction my water moving, so it's more easy to control that. And yeah, I use the black tape here on the perimeter. You see, that's my tape, and it fix it on the board. And that's why, you know, the air not coming from the side, and that the tape helped me to keep the paper flat during all the process. And the dark touching, that, by the way, one of the best combination to create the soft gray color. This is the Cobalt plus Quinacridone Sienna. Just a little bit more Cobalt, you can make your gray mixes more cold, more Sienna, more warm, but it's very easy to control, and it's pretty nice color for that job. As usual, soft blending just by water. So because all the area is pretty wet, I can make some soft correction, like a little bit more shadow here, more shadow there. We have 85 people. Thank you for coming today. Again, if you don't mind, give it a like. It helps other people to find the video. Just a little bit more contrast there, because the air is pretty wet. The colors are going to blend themselves without me. That's what I'm looking for. I back to the lips to add a little bit more contrast. You know, it's that's the process. I'm observe what happens on my paper. If something moving good, I do nothing. If I don't like something, I try to fix it and control what happens. But you know, it's very important patience. The water have to make her job without me, so I have to just control how it's moved. But don't try to do everything yourself. You see, I'm slowly moving from up down like that, section by section, step by step. Lift. Hello, Chili. Just a little bit delicate touching there. And let's add a few nice strokes by the dry brush. And just somewhere a little bit soft blending. So the dry brush and the soft blending together. It's very nice and good combination. So the last time I'm gonna dry that with a hair dryer, because after that we're going to make our background to create the light and make the details. So very enjoyable part to make that nice light here on the hair. So for all the darkness background I use just the two colors. This is the Quinacridone Sienna and Indigo. It's together it's look like a brownish black. That's what I need. Dry brush strokes, and after that I switch to the big brush to make the negative space around. and lift. So let's bring the light inside. I got the question about the focusing on the paper or on my hands. Honestly, this is a professional camera. You see, if I keep my hand close, the focus is still on the paper, not on my hand. So it's adjusted exactly on the paper. So if you have that problem, honestly, I have no idea what to say, because it's kind of unusual things. Don't have to be like that. I like that small things. It's truly like a watercolor language, you know. We not pretend what that's the photo. I like that, chicks. Just a little bit more details inside to make it a little bit interesting. As you know, I don't like to use the white paint, so if I need some highlights, I have to care about to keep the paper. Nice. Okay, so now we're going to make the eyes, and because of that we're going to finish with our project. Yeah, I got the question the next year about the workshop in Germany. You know, the full schedule you can find on my website, watercoloronline.com. There is absolutely actual information about all the workshops what I hold. If I'm correct, the next year I'm not will be in Germany, unfortunately. But in 2027, yes. It's like a 1 year break. So we're starting to make our eyes. It's a little bit look like I make a makeup for this lady, but it is a job like that. As usual, if I add some shadows or dark strokes after that, just by water, I connect it to my background to make it look more natural. Just a few more strokes there. It's a dry brush. Connection. And I add just a little bit background here to show the light in a better way. And after that, again, just water. Just few last things, because paper's still wet here. I can play with it a little bit more. Thank you very much for your kind words. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, you know, it's a little bit look like a magic job, but believe me, no. That's what we do in all the workshops. I explain all the tricks and how to do that. And more important thing, idea how to build your project, how you decide what should be the first step, the second step, how to choose the right color combination depends on the emotions what you want to put inside, not just the colors what we have on the reference. So it's always interesting discovering and truly artist's job. So that's why I'm always enjoy the workshops like that, what will be on the Madeleine Island. It's comfortable, nice, we focus on the watercolor, and it's a lot of discovering inside, so that's great thing. That's why I say we still have a couple of spots. If you have a chance to join me, that will be amazing. It's great time there always. Yeah, okay. You know, I not my yeah, I got the question about the drying paper and why it's still wet. It's just because it's full of water inside. So that's why even if I use the hair dryer, it's still full of water inside. That's why if I touch the paper again, it's not drying fast, and I have a time to play with that, which is again make the process very comfortable. And yeah, I got a lot of comments. Thank you very much for your kind words. I appreciate it. Just a few last touching to make the character more interesting. Yeah, shape of the lips, a little bit more shadow here, and just small correction. But technically we're done with that lady. And finally just a couple of lines to make it more interesting. So I use the pointy liner brush. It's a nice details to make it a little bit more alive. I like that small stuff here, so let's make it. Sabine, it will be a pleasure to see you. So please, you know the schedule. Find a comfortable time and country for you, and because I'm still traveling a lot, so I hope we can see each other. So that on that we can stop because we explained the character. She's look pretty nice. You know the last thing, always we're responsible for everything what we're doing. So then you finish your paintings, you have two ways. You have to sign it, or you can put it in the garbage. So it's up to you. Depends, do you like result or not. So we're gonna sign it. We're done. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoy it. Again, if you have any questions, you can type it. Even if we stop broadcasting, the video still will be available, so you can put your questions. I will find the time to answer you. And again, I want to invite you, if you have a chance, to the Madeline Island for the workshop in the end of the August this year. I just want to remind you the idea. It will be 5 days. We're living on the same place. We're working every day together in the beautiful studio. And what is really cool, we don't spend the time for sketching by pencil. It's not the stressful part. We're just focusing on the playing with the colors and choose the right tricks in watercolor to explain the characters, to make the emotions, to make the different ages, to make a different lights. So it's truly watercolor game without stress about sketching. So if you have a chance, join me. It will be big fun. Again, thank you very much for your kind words, for your comments. I appreciate it. Stay healthy and see you next Monday. Bye bye.